Get out your calculator, Larry Kudlow, because after Kudlow claims that LWA is such a success, states reveal that they're not getting the money for upwards of 8 weeks. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is LALATE. Hope you're good and safe. This is Afternoons LALATE, our 2-hour programming block that starts every day with a check, then goes to hazard pay, then FPUC, and finally rent assistance. Really shocking news today about what's going on with FPUC and LWA. And I got to tell you, there's a lot to this story, so stay with me because I'm going to reveal to you there's so much more than my state applied for LWA. There's a lot more of a hot mess expressed to this, so let me get right to the details. What is LWA? LWA is the current extension of FPUC given a new name. It's like, you know, when you go into the Lexus dealership and you're like, that's an Avalon. You just put another name on it. That's what's going on with LWA. It was created by the executive order of President Trump over 2 weeks ago. And the executive order called for $300 of LWA per week, and the states can provide $100 on top of that. All right, so that was that. Then everyone wondered, who's going to pay for all this? Well, FEMA came in and said, we'll pay for it. And they apparently don't have a lot of money. Isn't that so convenient? So apparently they, right off the bat, warned the following. 3 weeks of benefits, everybody. Welcome to the family. They only have 3 weeks of benefits to pay out. At most. Now, let me make it even worse for you, as if that's not enough. Despite the fact that you were talking about 3 weeks at $300, which is $900, if you're impacted by COVID-19 all 3 respective weeks and you certified for benefits all 3 respective weeks, I had to put that qualifier in there, you may still not get 3 weeks. Why? Because they have made it very clear day after day after day, and additionally a new report I obtained minutes ago that says, hey, we're paying the first states approved first in, first out. So we're making sure that they have all their money before we start doing other people and other states. Yeah. So I want, because I've seen the tweets, and Bubba, my 200,001 subscriber, reached out to me today as well from his truck. He was, passing grain came in. He's like, LALATE, I heard my state's going to apply for FPUC, LWA. And how soon do I get that? Get it tomorrow? No, Bubba. If your state's just applying by now, you may be screwed, and I'll tell you why. Here's the twist. The way that FEMA is rationing the money, and they literally are rationing the money, I'm not being shady, is that they are paying the states on the first come, first come basis. So the first states that got in and got approved are getting more money and getting that money first and are likely to get the full 3 weeks of $300. Anyone after them is likely to get less weeks and could get no weeks. And if your state's just applied, oh, bless them. It's just not going to happen. The states that are approved: Colorado, Idaho, Iowa, Louisiana, Maryland, Missouri, Montana, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Utah. Those are the ones that are approved. I think that's 11. This morning on Mornings LALATE, I reported it was 10. One got approved since this morning. Yesterday I reported 7. Now we're at 11. This is why you got to stay with me for every report. It changes by the minute. But Arizona was the first to pay out. Arizona got the money and has already paid out the money. You see how quickly they moved to Arizona. They're like, get out of the way. We're ready for that money. Now, other states are just, they just started taking their time. They move as fast as Mitch McConnell's brain operates. So Utah, for example, will be paying in 4 weeks. Goodness. Yeah, you gotta wait for 4 weeks. Indiana, which has just applied, thinks they're going to get it in 3 to 4 weeks. Now, Indiana's not even. I mean, that's sort of weird. I can't believe that's in this article. That's actually bad reporting. Indiana's going to pay it within 3 to 4 weeks. You don't have the money, Indiana. You've applied. The FEMA has specifically said if you're just applying, we may not have money for you. Now, Alaska, which also is just applying, is not approved, may have to wait 6 to 8 weeks to find out whether they're approved. But I mean, why am I even reporting about Alaska? 6 to 8 weeks. Well, FEMA said the money's going to be gone in 3 weeks. It's going to be gone in the next 3 weeks. The money's going to be gone. So I love states that are just like, we're on vacation. We're on Alaskan cruise, and Gilligan and the skipper and Isaac's at the bar with they were pouring drinks. But you needed us to apply for some from LWA. Oh, sorry, we just got back. But you'll hopefully get in 6 to 8 weeks after it's run out of money. I mean, that's actually the press statement. Okay, Alaska, thank you. Goodness. So that is that for PUA. What could happen? A hot mess express. No, you're going to get another bill. I mean, this is just ridiculous. This is just ridiculous. I got to tell you, we have the HEROES Act and we have the HEALS Act. The HEALS Act is $200. We are still at a $200 bill from the HEALS Act written by the Republicans. We have no other version of any other bill from the Republicans. We have the Republicans agreeing to $400 a week, not necessarily all the way to January, but we have those offers. It's not reduced in a bill. That's what you need to understand. The Democrats have a $600 per week position in their bill, HEROES Act, and that's all the way to January 2021, and they don't have any movement on that. I have been reporting for over 2 weeks that there is an agreement between the parties of somewhere between $400 to $600 a week to be paid to January 2021. Now, why hasn't this been done? I got to tell you, Mark Meadows on Sunday, Mark Meadows yesterday, Mark Meadows the day before, he said, I'll do a standalone stimulus check deal with Nancy. Other people, Nancy said, I'll do a stimulus check bill as well, but they haven't done it. Other people said, we need standalone bills for unemployment benefits to be extended. A lot of people have said that the unemployment benefits needs a standalone bill. I don't think it's going to happen. A lot of people always ask me my opinion, and this is my opinion. I don't think the unemployment benefits is going to get a standalone bill because it is something so core to a stimulus package that if you start taking everything out of the stimulus package, there's nothing going to be left except stuff that is really contentious, like hazard pay. And so I think you have to leave something that's so clearly agreed upon by parties that is a lot of money in that package. And I think it's going to land at $400, $600 a week. I've always said that. I think $300 is hogwash. Republicans don't support $300 a week. No one supports Mitch McConnell's $200 a week. And arguably, here I go a little bit, dig. Get the shovel. Mitch is to blame for all this. Mitch's offer of $200 in the HEALS Act really was to blame for this. And I reported this before he wrote the bill. I said, hey, I hope Mitch comes in at $300 to $600 because if he comes at $200 or anything lower than that, we're going to have big problems because no one's going to agree to it. It's going to be a joke. It's going to be an insult offer. And Nancy and Chuck are just going to dig into the ground and say, hey, you're coming at $200? Well, leave it to the American people to decide. That's a ridiculous offer. And they did. The president said it was ridiculous. He offered $400 in executive order, where it's $300 from the states. $300 from FEMA and $100 for the states. More about that in a second. Then Mnuchin offered $400 as a reconciliation, but it was not a pure $400. Then there have been Democrats that have proposed $400, and there has been the Romney-Rubio Republican bill of $400. Kevin O'Leary appeared on CNBC this morning. I don't, take it for whatever he's worth, but he called for enormous amount of unemployment benefits right now, but he said at $400. So I've always said $400 to $600. No one is going to agree to $300. We will literally go to government shutdown if it's $300. No one's going to agree to it. Will they agree to $400? Possibly. Will they agree to $500? Possibly. Will they agree to $600? I don't know. I just don't see that happening right now. So the other thing to understand is these routing times. When am I going to get my LWA? Well, if you're in Arizona, you're getting the money. If you're in the other prescribed states that are approved, You would likely get it in the next 4 weeks. For anyone else that is not in these 11 states, I see the tweets. My state applied. I don't want you to think you're getting that money. I really don't. FEMA has made very clear when we are at 7 approved states, they're going to go first. And they're going to get those 3 weeks first. FEMA also made clear that day that there's 3 weeks of money is available. And when I was reporting that story then, there were only 3 states that were interested in LWA at the time. And FEMA said we have about 3 weeks available. Now we have 11 states that want them, that are approved, and we have a few more states that are applying for. Suddenly we're going to have, what, 25% of the United States applying for it when we only thought it was going to get like a third or a quarter or a handful of states? You know this is going to be gone. You know it's going to be gone in 3 weeks. And so if you're in those first few states, which I detail on this channel, which were like Louisiana and Arizona, you're going to get your money. But anyone in the number 7 to 11 states, maybe get 2 weeks. Anyone past the 11 states, I just don't want you to hope for anything, especially if your state is approved. My state's approved. Approved for what? It's like Mitch announcing his debut world tour, and no one wants to come watch it. It's just, So that's that. A lot of people are still really confused, including Bubba, my 201 subscriber. LALATE. What, Bubba? What? It always scares me. It's just like he sort of jumps in with a question out of nowhere. Bubba. And he had a question about FPUC, and he's like, well, what's going to happen to my FPUC in the month of March, July? You're still going to get that. So if you worked in the weeks of March to July and you still have not gotten those benefits, you haven't certified for those benefits, they're still lively, you're going to get that money. Now, here is one of the most important things I'm going to tell you the entire day. And I continually forget to tell you this. This is so hideously important. Get a pen and paper and take notes right now. You need to certify for your weeks of benefits every single week that you qualify for, despite what's going on with all this stuff. Why? Because I don't want you to not certify because your state's not getting LWA, your state's behind on LWA, you don't see LWA, or FPUC has expired. I don't want you to not certify because you won't get benefits when the bill becomes law. Yeah. Here's what happens. States, when they ask you to certify for benefits, you only have a certain number of weeks to certify for benefits, a certain number of days. It's not like it's an offer out there forever. It's just a few days to say, hey, yeah, this is what happened. Then, when you don't certify, you can't go back and certify. It's gone. Poof. It's disappeared. It's like Mitch's popularity. It's gone. So when you see that certification of benefits, do it. And when you do it, then you're teed up for whatever happens with Republicans, whatever happens with Nancy, whatever the mailman delivers the mail and Nancy's happy. You're certified and ready to get that stimulus benefits. So you will get the $400, $600 a week only if you certify for benefits and stayed on top of the game. Hopefully that's clear. Because if you don't, you'll lose fortunes. Will it be retroactive? Absolutely, absolutely. So if Nancy and Steve take this all the way to late August or early September or middle September or 2021 or whatever it is, you will get retroactive benefits. Next, are they going to cross-calculate it based upon states that did pay some money? Yes, it's just of course they are. Finally, that $100 for the states. Of them, Montana is the only state that's doing it currently. And there's no indication as to whether any other state is going to pay that $100 that states can pay. They can pay that all the way to December if they want to, and they have the money, which they don't. Because that's the bailout of the big states, which was scandal number 22 last week before we got to the mailman and the post office. Coming up after this is eviction moratorium. A lot of excitement. Go to the Funds channel, hit that subscribe and alert button. I'm sending alerts on this channel through the community. As soon as the video goes live, as soon as important breaking development, one person asked me, a few people asked me, it's like, where's the video for this? Bubba did the same thing. Oh, like, where's the video? I'm in the truck, but I don't see the video to this post. No, when you're posting the community, it's just sending a text message like, hey, Steve Bannon was indicted. Hi, everyone. Who what's the party at? It's just like an alert. And, free grant money. Everyone just rushes to the announcement. There's no video. That's the benefit. I can get stuff out very quickly, just a few words, and there you go. A lot of love, a lot of excitement. Keep yourself informed, keep yourself motivated, stay informed, stay focused. Coming up next is rent eviction with an eviction moratorium issue, but does it affect you or impact you? And stay with LA for more.